Hi, I'm Simon Young from Real Results Training, and I'm going to show you band versions of workout B from Remeeting Phase 4. So in this phase, we've got paired exercises, and in the last round we have 3 exercises. So let's look at the first pair. We've got a straight arm pull down, and then what should be a stability ball figure 8. The straight arm pull down. You want the appropriate band. You want to dig the feet in, squeeze the glutes, engaging the core. That means you want to brace your abdominals from low down, rather indelicate, but it's like you're trying to stop yourself mid-P, or it's like a Kegel exercise, it's a very deep core feeling. From there, we get the shoulders down, nice straight arms, brace the abdominals, moving at the shoulders only, we drive the band down, we're squeezing the shoulder blades together, we control it back. We drive the band down, squeezing the shoulder blades, control it back. That gets tied in with what should be a figure 8 on a stability ball. If you don't have the stability ball, here's an alternative. We're going to a plank on our forearms. Once again, we want that good core engagement. We're going to be on our toes, and then we're going to start to rock our body, moving just at the elbows and shoulder. That creates a disturbance in the core, means you've got to really focus on keeping that core nice and tight on the neutral spine. Forearms, toes, neutral spine. Try and have your elbows slightly in front of your shoulders. Look at your thumbs. Rock on the toes, brace the core. Rock on the toes, brace the core. You're trying to keep nice and tight in the middle. You're rocking on those toes. I go on a large range of motion. You start on a small range of motion and build from there. Next, we're looking at the front squat and the cross band pull down from a kneeling position. So our front squat, take a heavy band. The band's going to sit high up on the shoulders, so it's better to wear a t-shirt on this training day. Make sure the band's not twisted and you want to keep your elbows nice and high. Stamp on your band. Take your squat stance. Squat down into it, place the band over the shoulder, pull the band away from the neck and get the elbows high. From here you can adjust yourself, get settled. Sit into your squat, keep the chest nice and high, do not round the lumbar spine, driving through the heels and midfoot, stand on the leg. Sit down, keep the elbows nice and high, and drive up. Make sure when you sit in your squat, you do not collapse that lower back. This wants to be a nice, neutral lumbar spine, and drive all the way up. Tall kneeling, cross band pull down. Put an X in your band, kneel on down, kneel tall, that core engagement again. From there, you're going to pull your band down, don't overarch the back, squeeze the shoulder blades into the back pockets, control it all the way back up. You want to have tension on the band right from the start. If there isn't, reach higher, get that tension, get underneath the band, pull it down, squeeze those shoulder blades, control it back. Moving to our next pair, you've got a single leg Romanian deadlift, and that's tied in with a modified push-up. And I'm going to show you a variation on modified push-up. The single leg Romanian deadlift, start with a lighter band because it is tricky. We put our linked bands over our wrists and then grab them. We find that's a lot easier for the grip. The band goes underneath the sole of the foot. Put a slight bend in the knee, neutral spine, back leg is extended. The back leg works like a kickstand on a bike and is just there for stability when you stand. Pull the shoulder blades back. You hinge. You're pushing the hips back, you'll feel a stretch in the glutes and the hamstring, you then drive through your heel, you come all the way up to standing. I don't put my foot on the floor at this point. I hinge back, I pause, and I stand. I can increase this further by gripping further down the band to have more tension, or go into a heavier band. Then we go to the modified push-up. PN shows this on knees. You can also modify the push-up in this way. Make sure that the band is securely mounted. The band goes around the middle This is the point that most people collapse in. We then lower ourselves down into our push-up position, so it's sitting on our hips. We move down to the bottom and drive up to the top. So that band is sitting over my hip bones. It will keep my spine in neutral, which is the point where most people collapse, and it means we've got a nice, strong push-up without any collapse. From there, we can move on into our next sets. This is a set of 3 exercises. It's a squat to diagonal press. PN shows a plank row and a box walkover. Squat to diagonal press. Band is mounted nice and low. Walk out till there's tension on the band. The band is sideways onto. I squat down, I stand, I then pivot and punch up to the top corner of the room. I'm pivoting my back foot. My hips are square, shoulders are square, I'm squeezing the glute momentarily. I come back to the centre. I squat, stand, pivot. Squat, stand, pivot. Make sure you keep those hips square, shoulders square, driving from the base to that top corner. Then we've got a 3-point row. We do this as a plank row. So we walk out so we have tension on our band. We go to a plank on toes and palm, or toes and forearm, depending on the level you're at. Forearm is a little easier than palm. When we're in our plank position, we make sure that we have tension on our band. With tension on our band, neutral spine, we row, control it back. We're pulling our elbow to our rib cage, pulling our shoulder down and back for our row. Easier version is on the forearm, the same thing, a row and control. Finally, the hand walkover. The hand walkover is as in PN, with a low box moving over. But if you don't have a low box, very simply you do a side-to-side crab walk. Facing the floor, press the palms beyond the toes. Move side to side, side to side. You can mess this around a little by crossing the hands, which just keeps it a little bit more fun. So there you go, that's the band version of PN Phase 4 Workout 2.